in agriculture education.
I'm Katie, and I'm a senior in environmental science, and we're talking about Heracles and the altar of Zeus. So, if you don't know, Heracles was the son of Zeus and Alcmena, and he goes on different labors throughout his legend. And the reason why he performs these labors is that he goes crazy because of Hera, and he kills his wife Megra and their 3 kids. And because of that, he has to go and serve Eurystheus and perform the 12 labors. So the 12 labors happen to be the Nemean lion, the Lanerian hydra, the Corinthian deer, the Erythrian boar, the Augean stables, which is our main topic today, the Stymphalian birds, the Cretan bull, the horses of Diomedes, the girdle of Hippolyta, the cattle of Grayon, the apples of Hesperides, and Cerberus. He also had many different other side deeds. The Augean stables, the reason why we're talking mainly about that is because it happened generally in this area. King Augeas was the king of Elis, and he had a large amount of cattle, like an extraordinarily large amount of cattle. And he never cleaned his stables, so it just piled up with feces. And so Eurystheus told Hercules to go complete one of the deeds for Elis, or for Augeas. And Hercules doesn't actually tell Augeas that he has to perform a deed, so he bribes Augeas, saying that he can complete the task in one day of cleaning out the gigantic stable. And Augeas doesn't believe him. He doesn't think that he can do it, so he agrees to. If he does accomplish it, then he'll give him 1/10 of his cattle, which is a very large amount because he has a large amount. And so the way that Heracles cleans the stables is that he punches a wall through the stable, and then he diverts the river, which we crossed over earlier, through the stables, flushing out all of the feces, and that also fertilized the fields downstream from that. And when Augeas discovers that Heracles bamboozled him, he goes back on his deal and doesn't want to give Heracles all the cattle. So Heracles gets very angry, and in the style of Heracles, he kills Augeas and his son and basically everyone.
Okay, so since he gets angry, this then creates the Olympics in honor of Zeus.
He then creates the Olympics in honor of Zeus.
I don't want that. Okay, so I'm going to talk more about the altar. The altar is generally located in this region in between the Temple of Zeus and the Temple of Hera. So it is just an open space in between the 2 temples, and Zeus picked the place by a bolt of lightning hitting the spot. So the altar of Zeus is roughly on a 3-meter platform, and it is a 6-meter high pile of ash with the altar on top. The whole altar itself is 9 meters at the base, but it does make a cone, so it does lose that 9 meters as it goes up. And it's made of the ashes of sacrificed animals, and the way that they were able to get to the top was a narrow staircase, also made of ash. So the sacrifices took place at the top of the platform, legs, and then they were taken up to the top to be burnt. Women were not allowed on the platform or the altar. Only men and priests could go onto the altar itself. On the 3rd day of the Olympics, great sacrifices took place on the altar, and then 100 oxen were killed in the presence of the athletes and the spectators of the Olympics.